ambassadors.
Very, very low key.
When did you arrive back?
Just 3 months.
اكتب هنا.
She's a leader one. Yesterday I met Wednesday.
You were supposed to go, but
What are what you say?
the ambassador.
But yes, you are.
Hello. He's ambassador.
She's very tall.
नहीं आई
These are reserved seats. Hello, Miran. What?
Oi. You made it?
And I don't know what is happening. What? I came with this friend, Tina.
How's everything? It was my pleasure, of course. Good to see you. How's everything?
Sad because it's amazing performance.
So much so that they take forever.
She's a well-known historian.
Also.
Now you come Abdullah, ambassador of Palestine. It's good to see you.
We met, you know.
How are you, sister? How are you? Everything? Okay. How are you, sister? عليكم السلام ورحمة الله. الحمد لله سلمان.
اهلا وسهلا مرحبا كيف الاحوال؟ الله يخليك اهلا وسهلا اهلا وسهلا اهلا وسهلا.
The exhibition is on till the 1st.
Yes, yes. Excellent. I didn't know. So, you will refer to visit our office. I've been so earlier. I will call you. I will. Thank you. Thank you, sister. Thank you. تفضل استريح. ايجيبت، الجيريا.
Hi, good evening everybody. Thanks for coming. We are just waiting about 10 minutes more to begin. So just sharing that with you. And if there's anybody here who hasn't made the registration yet, can please do so. And we'll be with you shortly. Thank you so much.
Oh, you have? Where are you taking the third?
Small size water bottle. The green, 5 box, get the floor, you know. So the floor, then I give you the 5 box water, small size.
Yeah.
Cold one. Okay, fish, 5 box, okay? يلا جلدي جلدي. أهلا وسهلا.
Welcome to Insaniyat, an evening of culture in solidarity with children trapped in violence and global conflicts around the world. We, the artists of Delhi, have come together under the initiative Indian Dancers for Gaza's Children to raise awareness about and funds for the gravely injured and now deliberately starved children in Gaza, who have been central targets of the ongoing violence there. We do this today through the evening that you are about to witness. Indian Dancers for Gaza's Children is a humanitarian initiative started by Indian dancer Aranyani Bhargav and South African dance scholar, Donovan Robert, a year ago. What started out as a call to speak up about the violence against children in Gaza rapidly grew into a global movement involving multiple solidarity and fundraising efforts in India and across the world, involving over 800 human beings and organizations from all walks of life and from 29 different countries of the world. We have over 50 dancers and artists working tirelessly to help IDGC organize and execute these solidarity events, many of which have already taken place and one of which you are all a part of today. We thank you for being here in support of the cause, the artists performing, and most importantly, the innocent children trapped in a dangerous war zone and at risk of grievous injury, death, starvation, and devastating loss. So far, IDGC has organized events internationally in France, on multiple occasions in Canada and the United States, and within India, in Pune, multiple events in Bangalore, Ahmedabad, and New Delhi, and one each in Calcutta, Hyderabad, Goa, and Mumbai. It is important for us to state that our aims are strictly humanitarian and not political. Neither are our aims motivated by any of our loyalties to a particular region or religion. Our main emphasis is humanity, Insaniyat, and ahimsa or non-violence. IDGC came together to speak up for humanity or Insaniyat and ahimsa, not just in Palestine but in global conflicts, in all global conflicts, be it Ukraine, Sudan, Congo, Bangladesh, Kashmir, Manipur, or anywhere else in the world. In our efforts to help the children in Gaza, who we focus on currently because we feel they are getting slaughtered in unprecedented numbers today and for the last 18 months than any other region in the world, and yet remain the most ignored by the global community. Yet we have not failed to speak up against and condemn violence against innocent civilians anywhere else in the world and continue to do so. We take this opportunity to strongly condemn once again the recent horrific and cowardly terrorist attacks in Pahalgam that claimed the lives of 26 innocent Indian civilians and orphaned some children. We were also praying that the recent tensions and escalations between India and Pakistan come to a swift and non-violent resolution without more loss to human life. And we have just learned that India and Pakistan have agreed to a ceasefire, and we're very, very relieved and happy about that. However, at this time, we would request you all to stand up for a minute's silence for the victims of the Pahalgam attack. Please join us as we stand in solidarity with the victims and their families. In all conflicts, wars and genocides, violence leads to the grave and irreparable losses for innocent civilians in terms of losses just not only of their own lives, but also the lives of their loved ones, their livelihoods and their ways of living peacefully. Many of those innocent civilians whose lives get destroyed and disrupted are children. The children in Gaza that we are seeking to speak up for today are neither the orchestrators nor the perpetrators of violence, but has somehow become central targets of unprecedented violence for the last 1.5 years now. It is these children that we have come together to stand in solidarity with today, to voice our strong objection to violence against them where they cannot. And in standing in solidarity with them, we stand in solidarity with all innocent children trapped in violence around the world, for we believe that speaking up for the rights of one child is speaking up for the rights of all children in the world. We believe that standing for truth, justice, humanity, and non-violence in one conflict is the same as standing up for truth, justice, humanity, and non-violence in all conflicts around the world. Because we believe that the world is ultimately one, the sense of humanity cannot be selective. We must rise and stand up for one another at every opportunity, even if it does not directly affect us. Our own Indian values teach us this. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The world is one family. That is our Insaniyat, our humanity. And we invite you all to join us as we connect with each other as one people, one world, one humanity. Peace, love, empathy, and compassion for all of us who inhabit this beautiful earth. With this, we come to the start of this meeting.
The land remembers. The land remembers. It is a testament of how much the land of Gaza has seen, how the land has been a witness to immense brutality that started much before October 2023. Brutality which should have been inconceivable to each of our minds, but unfortunate as it is not. The land remembers. It remembers where bodies of Gazans fell, where they should have thrived. It remembers where a child thrives, echoed through rubble and shattered windows, where its screams and laughs should have echoed. The land sees, it hears, it observes. Today we're not here to tell you anything new. We are here just to share stories of people who have seen so much and who have been seen so little. These poets do not want to be pitied. They do not want to be saved. But still, these poems are important. To speak of them is important. They speak because it is important to speak. It is important to remember people as people. It's important to speak of human life beyond what official histories and statistical accounts show us. Today, we invite you to listen, not to us, but to those whose stories we seek to share tonight. We invite you to listen and we invite you to reflect. Presenting Remembrance. 1969. Enough for Me by Fadwa Tukan. Enough for me to die on her earth, be buried in her, to melt and vanish into her soil, then sprout forth as a flower played with by a child from my country. Enough for me to remain in my country's embrace, to be in her clothes as a handful of dust, a sprig of grass, a flower.
फिलिस्तीनी शुहदा जो परदेस में काम आए। फैज़ अहमद फैज़। मैं जहाँ पर भी गया अर्ज़ वतन, तेरी तज़लील के दागों की जलन दिल में लिए, तेरी हुर्मत के चरागों की लगन दिल में लिए, तेरी उल्फत तेरी यादों की कसक साथ गई, तेरे नारंज शगुफ़ों की महक साथ गई। सारे अनदेखे रफीकों का जिला साथ रहा, कितने हाथों से हमागोश मेरा हाथ रहा, दूर परदेश की बेमहर गुजरगाहों में, अजनबी शहर की बेनाम निशान राहों में, जिस ज़मीं पर भी खिला मेरे लहू का परचम, लहलहाता है वहाँ अर्ज़ फिलिस्ती का अलम, तेरे आदा ने किया एक फिलिस्तीन बर्बाद, मेरे ज़ख्मों ने किए कितने फिलिस्तीन आबाद, मेरे ज़ख्मों ने किए कितने फिलिस्तीन आबाद।
(1988) from the diary of an almost 4-year-old by Hanan Ashrawi. Tomorrow the bandages will come off. I wonder, will I see half an apple, half an orange, half my mother's face with my one remaining eye? I did not see the bullet, but felt its pain exploding in my head. His image did not vanish. The soldier with the big gun, unsteady hands, and a look in his eyes I could not understand. I can still see him so clearly, even with my eyes closed. It could be that inside our heads, we each have a spare set of eyes to make up for the ones we lose. Next month, on my birthday, I'll have a brand new glass eye. Maybe things will look round and fat in the middle. I've gazed through all my marbles. They made the world look strange. I hear a 9-month-old has also lost an eye. I wonder if my soldier shot her too. A soldier looking for little girls who look him in the eye. I'm old enough, almost 4. I have seen enough of life. But she's just a baby who did not know any better.
We Teach Life, Sir, by Rafif Ziad. Today, my body was a TV massacre. Today, my body was a TV massacre that had to fit into sound bites and word limits. Today, my life was a TV massacre that had to fit into sound bites and word limits filled enough with statistics to counter measured response. And I perfected my English and learned my UN resolutions, but he still asks me, Miss Zinea, don't you think that everything would be resolved if you would just stop teaching so much hatred to your children? Pause. I look inside of me for strength. I look inside of me for strength to be patient, but patience is not at the tip of my tongue as the bombs drop over us. Patience has just escaped me. Pause and smile. We teach life, sir. Rafif, remember to smile. Now pause. We teach life, sir. We Palestinians teach life after they have occupied the last sky. We teach life after they have built their settlements and apartheid walls after the last skies. We teach life, sir. But today, my body was a TV massacre made to fit into sound bites and word limits. And just give us a story, a human story. You see, this is not political. We just want to tell people about you and your people, so give us a human story. Don't mention the word apartheid and occupation. This is not political. You have to help me as a journalist to help me tell you and your story, which is not a political story. Today, my body was a TV massacre How about you give us a story of a woman in Gaza who needs some medication? How about you? Don't you have enough bone, broken limbs to cover the sun? Hand me over your dead and give me the list of the names in 1,200 word limits. Today, my body was a TV massacre that had to fit into sound bites and word limits and move those that are desensitized to terrorist blood. But they felt sorry. They felt sorry for the cattle over Gaza. So I gave them UN resolutions and statistics, and we condemn and we deplore and we reject. And these are not two equal sides, occupier and occupied. 100 dead, 200 dead, and 1,000 dead. And between that, war crime and massacre, I went out words and smiled, not exotic, not terrorist, and I recount 100 dead, 1,000 dead. Is anyone out there? Will anyone listen? I wish I could wail over their bodies. I wish I could just run barefoot in every refugee camp and hold every child, cover their ears so they wouldn't have to hear the sound of bombing for the rest of their life the way I do. Today, my body was a TV massacre. And let me just tell you, there's nothing your UN resolutions have ever done about this. And no soundbite I come up with, no matter how good my English gets, no soundbite will bring them back to life. No soundbite will fix this. We teach life, sir. We teach life, sir. We Palestinians wake up every morning to teach the rest of the world life, sir.
2014, O Rascal Children of Gaza, by Khalid Juma. O rascal children of Gaza, you who constantly disturb me with your screams under my window, you who filled every morning with rush and chaos, you who broke my vase and stole the lonely flower on my balcony, come back and scream as you want and break all the vases, steal all the flowers. Come back, just come back.
Untitled by Musab Iqbal. Do save my shoe. Keep it carefully for tomorrow. A tomorrow dying in rubbles. Do save my shoe for the museum of loss. For that museum, I am giving you my shoe, my blood-soaked shoe. And my words soaked in despair, and my tears absorbed in hope, and my pain immersed in silence. Also pick up from the beach the football, or perhaps some part of it, stained not with blood, but signed by the cowardice of the great bar. My memory is sealed in that shrapnel shell, in the echo of morning, in the farewell kiss. Every color of life is poisonous, and every dream is choked by a cloud of deadly chemicals. The images that disturb you at night, you read about us in the morning at your leisure. Images don't disturb us. Nothing disturbs us. But your silence, your patience, your thoughtful gaze, your sinful weight. Anger here is a virtue. Our patience is inscribed in resistance.
Untitled by Nadine Murtaja. There, on the other side, time changes, hours pass, and it gets darker. The sky takes off its dim dress. Then the morning arrives. But here, where I live and breathe, life wears its black dress constantly to mourn the labor of my land, which took a long time. Here, the hanging clock in my room is broken. Not only this one, everyone's clock is broken here. My mother keeps saying, everyone is waiting for the elixir. We've had it with the grief and agony. In this holy land, we sleep and wake up on the sound of bombing and shooting. So the first light of day rises in the evening, lighting up the sky with the blood of martyrs. And we hear the screams of the children and the groans of mothers pounding in our ears.
We deserve a better death by Mossad Abu Toha. We deserve a better death. Our bodies are disfigured and twisted, embroidered in bullets and shrapnel. Our names are pronounced incorrectly on the radio and TV. Our photos, plastered onto walls of our buildings, fade and grow pale. The inscriptions on our gravestones disappear, covered in feces of birds and reptiles. No one waters the trees or give shade to our graves. The blazing sun has overwhelmed our rotting bodies.
"2023. Write my name on my leg, Mama," by Zina Azam. Write my name on my leg, Mama. Use the black permanent marker with the ink that doesn't bleed if it gets wet, and the one that doesn't melt if it gets exposed to heat. Write my name on my leg, Mama. Make the lines thick and clear. Add special flourishes so I can take comfort in seeing my Mama's handwriting when I go off to sleep. Write my name on my leg, Mama, and on the legs of my sisters and brothers. This way we will belong together. This way we will be known as your children. Write my name on my leg, Mama. And please write your name and Baba's name on your legs too. So we will be remembered as family. Write my name on my leg, Mama, and don't add any numbers. Like like when I was born or the address of our home. I don't want the world to list me as a number. I have a name. I'm not a number. Write my name on my leg, Mama. When the bomb hits our house and the walls crush our bones and skulls, our legs will tell our story, how there was nowhere for us to run.